You want a bigger home. You dream of extra rooms, wide open living. You believe more square feet means more comfort. But Japanese homes are about to smash all those ideas. They prove small can be huge. They show you how to find real peace in any size space, using tricks we've ignored for too long. Get ready to rethink everything you know about your own four walls. So how do they actually pull it off? When you hear that a typical apartment in Tokyo can be just 200 square feet, you're probably picturing a closet. And honestly, when you add in the tiny kitchens, smaller bedrooms, and almost no storage, it sounds impossibly cramped. For most of us, that's just not enough room. But that's because we're thinking about space all wrong. In Japan, they have a completely different idea of what home even means. It's a philosophy where your whole neighborhood is part of your living room, and where ancient design tricks can make a tiny space feel incredibly open and calm. It proves that a sense of peace has nothing to do with square feet. It's a set of brilliant ideas we can all learn from, and we're going to show you exactly how they work. At the heart of it all is a concept called ma. It's the idea that empty space isn't just nothing, it's a thing. It's an active ingredient in design, and maybe the most important one. While we in the West often see an empty wall and think, what can I put there? Japanese design asks, how can this emptiness make the room feel better? This changes everything. Instead of filling a room, the goal is to create a feeling of openness. And they have some brilliant tricks for this. For starters, a lot of traditional furniture is incredibly low to the ground. Think low tables and cushions for seating. When you sit on the floor, the ceiling instantly feels miles away. Your whole perspective shifts. You're not looking up and down at tall furniture, you're looking side to side, which makes even a narrow room feel wide and expansive. This is why minimalism is so key. By keeping floors clear and using things like sliding doors that don't eat up space, you preserve that precious emptiness. The room can breathe, and so can you. It's a feeling of freedom, not restriction. The ultimate example of this is the traditional Japanese tea house. These rooms can be tiny, sometimes barely 6 feet wide, but they're not designed to feel big. They're designed to make you forget about space altogether. In that tiny, perfect room, your world shrinks down to the intricate details right in front of you. The texture of the tatami mat, the steam from the tea. The goal isn't to give you more room for your body, but more room for your mind. That's the real genius of Ma. It's not about how much space you have, it's about how that space makes you feel. Another huge piece of the puzzle is how they treat the walls themselves. In the West, a wall is a wall. It's a hard stop. It's what separates you from the outside. But in Japanese design, the goal is to make that boundary feel softer, almost like it's not there at all. They do this by playing with light. Instead of big, clear windows that blast a room with harsh, direct sunlight, the focus is on soft, filtered light. The kind of light you'd find in a peaceful forest. And their master tool for this is the shoji screen. You've definitely seen them. Those iconic sliding panels made of wood and translucent paper. They aren't just for privacy. When light passes through the paper, it diffuses, casting a soft, even glow across the entire room. A solid wall makes a room feel like a box, but a shoji screen turns a wall into a source of light. It blurs the edges of the room, making it feel boundless. They also use things like bamboo blinds and wooden grills. Anything that breaks up the light, creating subtle shadows and patterns. It tricks your brain into seeing more depth than is actually there, making the space feel more complex and interesting. But here's the most brilliant part. They even think about light coming from below. By keeping the ground outside a window light-colored, with sand or white gravel, the light reflects off it and bounces up onto the ceiling. Think about that for a second. The light is coming from the floor, not the sky. Suddenly, the ceiling feels lighter, almost like it's not even there. You've erased one of the main boundaries of the room. When you combine this with natural materials like wood and bamboo, and calm, earthy colors, the effect is powerful. You're not just in a room anymore. You're in a space that feels connected to the world outside, even if you're on the 10th floor. Your home stops feeling like a container and starts feeling like a shelter. But it's what happens inside those walls that's truly genius. In the West, we think of rooms as having one job. This is the bedroom. This is the dining room. This is the living room. End of story. But in Japan, where a typical Tokyo apartment can be under 200 square feet, that's a luxury they can't afford. So, they don't design rooms. They design spaces that transform. A room might be a living room by day, a dining room in the evening, and a bedroom at night. How? Everything is designed to be flexible, modular, and have more than one job. Nothing gets a free pass. Think about a kitchen island. In a Western home, it's mostly just a countertop. But in a small Japanese home, a single 4-foot-wide island might contain a sink, a gas burner, 3 drawers, all the under-counter storage, and have enough space to comfortably seat 2 people for dinner. It's not just a kitchen island. It's the entire kitchen and the dining room, all in one. And this idea isn't new. It's been part of the culture for centuries. There are traveler's boxes from the Edo period that were a work of art. It looked like a simple pillow box, but it was also a floor lamp, a sewing kit, a mirror stand, a cushion, and had storage drawers inside. One object, half a dozen uses. A huge part of making this work is using furniture that's low to the ground. When you sit on the floor, the ceiling automatically feels higher. The walls feel further away. It creates a sense of openness and calm, tricking your brain into feeling like you have more space than you actually do. This is the ultimate shift in thinking. The goal isn't to own a house with a bunch of specific rooms. It's to have a space that molds to your life. The performance of any object isn't just what it is, it's how well it works for you. It's about building a home that's a tool for living, not just a container to live in. And that's why these small spaces don't just work, they feel incredible. So what's the big secret? It's not about how many square feet you have. It's about a completely different way of thinking about your home. We saw how Ma makes empty space feel like a part of the room, how walls blur to bring nature inside, and how rooms transform to do anything you need. Even tiny Tokyo apartments, often just 200 square feet, feel surprisingly good. That's because people there often see their whole neighborhood, the parks, the shops, the train, as an extension of their living space. The goal isn't just a house. It's a space that makes you forget its size, a place that just feels right. It's about making your home a tool for your life, not just a container to live in. You don't need to knock down walls or buy new furniture to get this feeling. It's about a shift in perspective, a quiet revolution in how you see your own 4 walls. If you're ready to unlock more ideas that transform your home and life, hit that subscribe button. Stick around. We've got so many more secrets to share.